Hey everybody, I'm back and today we're talking about clip-in extensions. So if you want to learn how to go from this to this in a few easy steps, stay tuned. So these are clip-ins that I did myself at home for about $30. I already had hair left over from an old sew-in, so it was a pretty budget-friendly project. So I added some fullness and some length with this project, and we're just gonna get right to it. So here's the shopping list. You will need hair, of course. I used hair I already had from an old sew-in, as I mentioned. You'll also need some hair wefting tape, hair bonding glue, clips, scissors, thread that matches the color of your hair, a needle, and a measuring tape. I linked everything that I used in the comment section to make it easier for you if you have trouble finding any of these supplies. Here's how I assembled the wefts for the clip-ins. You're gonna start by measuring the wefts. I put the length of the wefts and the amount of clips I made with each length down below in the comment section. So after you measure, you wanna cut one weft of that length and then a second one if you're doubling the lengths, the wefts like I did. If not, you can just cut one weft of your desired length. Now you want to go ahead and measure your hair wefting tape. So I laid it down against the weft to make sure that I had the right amount of tape. You also want to make sure you measure a little extra for the ends so that you can connect them together. So you want to cut 2 strips if you're using a double weft or if you're using a single weft, because you have to sandwich the hair in between the hair tape either way. Now you want to apply that hair wefting tape to your first weft. Again, you want to leave a little extra at the end and then go ahead and apply that tape all the way down the length of the weft, just pressing gently to make sure that the hair is sticking to it. Once you've done your first weft, you want to go ahead and lay it aside, and then you want to do the same exact thing to your second weft. Again, leaving a little extra out on the end so that you can connect those ends together in just a little bit. After you've applied your tape to both of your wefts, you want to go ahead and grab your hair bonding glue. And you want to take the glue and apply a decent amount all the way along the length of the weft. So I'm making sure that I have enough on there that when I sandwich them together that the hair is going to stick, because ultimately that's what you want. So you want to do that on both sides. And again, I'm doing this on the opposite side that I applied the tape to. So this is the side without the tape. After you've applied your bonding glue to both sides, you're going to go ahead and match them up. So you want to make sure that those tabs at the end line up so you can seal the ends, and then go ahead and start pressing down along the weft. I thought that a rat tail comb worked best for me to make sure that I had them really securely pressed, so I just went along with the rat tail comb, pressing it down. I went from the bottom of the tape towards the top of where the sewn weft is, just so that if any extra glue squeezed out, it would squeeze out onto the part that I'm going to be cutting off anyway. So go ahead and make sure that the glue has saturated all the way through on both sides. So after you're done doing that, go ahead and grab your scissors and cut off the excess on the ends. And then after you do that, you want to go ahead and cut off that sewn on weft along the top. You want to cut as close as you can to the tape. If you're doubling your wefts, you're going to have a lot to cut through, so it might be difficult to get a really nice, precise cut, but just cut as close as you can to the top of the tape. So once you've done that, you want to grab your hair bonding glue again, and I wanted to make sure that everything was absolutely sealed in as best as possible. So I went ahead and applied a layer of glue at the very, very top of the tape. And if there was anything that wasn't lined up on one side where there was a little hair out versus the other, I just added a little extra glue there. Once you're done with this step, you want to go ahead and lay that weft to the side and let it dry. I let mine dry for about 24 hours. After it's dry, you want to grab your clip and your needle and thread, a thread that's close to the color of your natural hair color, and start sewing the clips on. I sewed only a few stitches in each hole of the clip, so I started at the edge and sewed the clip down to the edge of the weft that we made. After I sewed it onto the edge of the weft, making sure that I had a nice tight knot on it so that that clip won't come out, I moved on to the next part of the clip. Then I sewed down the clip in the middle using the same method, just making sure that I got 3 or 4 good stitches in to make sure that clip is nice and secure. And then finally I moved to the second hole in the clip and repeated the same steps to make sure that the clip was secured all the way across. And then you want to repeat those steps for the amount of clips you need for the weft that you're working on. So I really like the results of these clip-ins a lot more than the other ones that I did myself at home, which were simply wefts that I sewed onto hair clips. They didn't lay nearly as flat and I wasn't able to add as much hair to each clip-in. So I wasn't able to get the desired dramatic effect that I really wanted from the clip-ins. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have 11 clips in, which is kind of a lot of hair, but the clips lay really smooth. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see in the back, there's not a lot of lumps and bumps. Now I know that my hair color is slightly off. I plan on dyeing it black. I haven't gotten to that just yet, so that's why you can see how brown it is. But other than that, it's blending really well. And because these lay so flat, it makes them a lot more versatile. So for example, if I just wanted to pull my hair up into a ponytail right now, I'm not even using a brush, so it's gonna be a rough pony. Obviously just for an example. But if you wanted to wear it in a ponytail, you know, gather all your hair around, get your ponytail holder, which means that you can do so many different styles. You know, you can do half up, half down, you could do updos, you could do buns. I mean, pretty endless. So you see I left a little bit of hair out on the side, probably a little too much, and tuck it behind your ear. And you can see I'm not having any lumps or bumps all the way around. Now clip-ins like this, the seamless, invisible weft clip-ins online can run you $300 or more. I've seen some sets that are like $350, $360. So this project is really cost effective, especially if you already have hair at home or if you're able to get a deal on the kind of hair that you like to use for your clip-ins. You also have more control over what hair you're using versus just buying some that are already made, and you can customize them to your needs. So if you like fuller hair like I have, I doubled up the wefts. If you don't need a lot of volume or don't want a lot of volume, you can do single wefts. You can create more clips, less clips. You get where I'm going. The possibilities are endless. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're gonna try this out. I really love how these came out. I can't wait to wear them and try different styles. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. In the comment section, let me know what you think about how these turned out and if you plan on trying this project on your own at home. And I'll see you next time.